Florinella from the Eyes of Heiselberg. Would you like to
Hi.
introduce yourself?
Hello. Yes, my name is Florinella. I'm a singer-songwriter and I also play guitar in the Eyes of Heisenberg. This project that was it was initiated by Scott Richards in 2020. So I was welcomed into this project in 2024, basically last year. It's not too long since we're working together, but it just happens that we are in this situation that we just get along, everything goes well, everything goes smooth, and it's like finding a match of somebody that you're like, hi, we could be friends. We're like, we understand each other. We don't need to be friends to see each other and talk to each other, as the music speaks for itself. So this is how he introduced himself into the project with some tracks. There was a mix of styles of music. So we started with Siouxsie and the Banshees cover, The Night Shift. Then we created a song called The Temple of Art, it goes really deep, dark in the roots of goth. Then we created the frequency of light, that it's more like a smooth goth, that it's a mixture into after punk, maybe goth, and transition towards maybe a little bit of alternative. So we're just going into styles. And then there is a song called I'm a little bit nervous now. I
It's all
just
right.
forgot the name of it. Need a Friend, simple as that.
Yep.
That it just covers the simple 80s. It's like simple 80s that reminds you classic Gary Newman, maybe Blondie. And it's just, we're just going in. It's like the way of Richard to say to me, welcome into my project. I want to put you on a table, some of my ideas. What do you think? And then working with Scott, I just realized that it's just easy. We're getting to a kind of level. We're in the same level, preparing ourselves for so many years. I was looking at Scott's background, and then I'm looking at my own background. If I go back into my roots. And I can see all these matches together, and now we are at that point that we love it. We're going deeper into experimentation. So I have so many surprises with new tracks. Honestly, I can't wait for people to get them out to life, because it's just amazing what's going on right now in between our creativity. So we are working basically to create our album. I would call it debut album, even though Scott has created albums prior me, because he has a history with the Eyes of Heisenberg.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
it's it's changed quite a lot over the last 4 years, 5 years now, isn't
yes,
it? So
I
it
did
has changed.
notice that he has gone into I noticed that he's very I don't know how to project in the best way to understand. He's very he can adapt to different style. He is
Yeah.
capable to recreate and reproduce according to the circumstances, modulate, but he's capable to take influences from different styles and blend them together. I have seen that particularly in his album None So Blind. This is it's absolutely amazing, this instrumental album that he did with no vocals. It's so experimental. It's more like going into industrial alternative. This is what I said to him, Scott, that's my world. I like that. Because I'm coming from alternative bands. I've been performing I lived in Barcelona for many years, and I've been playing with alternative bands, industrial bands, post-punk bands. I
Wow.
had a lot of history of going on and lots of concerts, and I did tourings. And so I've been very much so moving into music over the years.
Wow. So you've got a
So
big musical background.
I do. I would say so. Yeah, I did manage to play into really good stages in Barcelona, particularly Razzmatazz, stage 1 and 2. It's the really good stages. I performed with festivals, and I had a few bands, really interesting. I was experimenting. I was working with bands, going to rehearsals, playing live, create the songs together with the full band. But that was in the times I was living in Barcelona, but circumstances changed. I moved to London then. I moved to England. In London, I started to hang out with a lot of musicians as well. It was quite interesting. And I want to mention one of the musicians that I don't want to cross because it's very interesting. It's Naked Lunch. Naked Lunch, they used to hang out with Depeche Mode. They used to play together in the same venues. They have a
Wow.
whole full of big history of electronic, the first beginnings of electronic music. it's really challenging. So I was thinking, I've been to the rehearsal studio as well. I did a few vocals. We didn't match. Everybody has to do their own thing, obviously.
Yep.
But I was really blessed to get a chance to hang out with musicians in general over the past years and experiment and listen to a lot of music, listen to albums. Even now, I spend all my time I can just listening to music, getting and chatting and looking for new musicians. And I'm still on TikTok finding new bands that I'm so excited about. Like, wow, I love the sound and everything. Going back, I meet Scott, and it's an explosion of everything that I actually wanted for all over the years, to recreate like an atmosphere with electronic bass, where I can put all this alternative, all my vocal, all my influences into one, and try to mix genders of music into, I wouldn't call it a style, into our own footprint, I would say. I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, it's your own style, because I mean, what I've heard is almost every song is so different, and it's just.
And you will be very surprised when we're going to upload the new ones. It's going to be a complete surprise, because it's something that people would not expect, probably.
That's good. I like that.
We're going into completely different fields. What I can definitely tell you is that this direction that we took into these new songs that we're working on 4 tracks now. And they're all I'm just so excited about it, because I go with the vocals more crazy, more wild. I'm going to different ranges of vocals that I have not shown yet. That takes me back into my alternative music that I used to project in those times. So I'm starting to refine myself, and Scott is starting to find me. So I noticed that the tracks that he's working into be compatible with my way of being, without asking much. It's just coming naturally.
So do you write, because you do the writing, the lyrics?
Yes.
So do you do the lyrics first and then Scott adds the music, or do Scott do
the lyrics? I love to improvise a lot. I love to work. I set up my own studio at home. So I have 2 kinds of microphones I work with a stage microphone and a microphone for recording. And I use the program for everything, because I like to record every single detail of everything I rehearsal. And sometimes I just lay out rehearsal tracks after rehearsals and pick up the beats that I like most, blend them together. Sometimes I just record one song. I'm not joking, I'm not, seriously. This happened before yesterday. I recorded the song. I had it in my head the whole night. It just stuck with me. I had the lyrics. I wrote the lyrics down. I just finished up the lyrics because I had the melody. Scott just sent me a new track that I was so excited about. And I said, this is going to be a very interesting song. I had the melody in my head, boom, boom, boom. And I just couldn't sleep. I said, I have to record it, because if I'm not going to record it, I'm going to lose it. And I did. I couldn't sleep the whole night. So the next day I did it. I recorded the song. The song is recorded in one single take. Wow. From beginning to end. And I don't need to rectify anything, because I already had the lyrics. I rehearsed in my brain, basically. It never happened this way. This is too much for me. But seriously, I'm not saying that I'm not great, but it did happen in this occasion with this particular song. We do have songs, for example, that I work weeks for it. Like I just keep changing and until I come to the story that I love to project, because I'm thinking always, what do you want to tell? It's like me being transparent. It's like, what am I projecting? What I'm saying is what people would like. They will hear from me, my lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're putting your heart out there, aren't you?
Yes. This particular song that I recorded yesterday, that's why I wanted to put a point on it. It's a political song. I've never wrote political songs, honestly. But it just came out. It's like, I don't know if to call it a political song, but it talks about Earth. It talks about people. It talks about hunger. It talks about this. I inspired myself with. I was inspired with a fire from that happens in Los Angeles, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a lot of things happen. So I came up with this idea. So this is going to be one of the songs surprise for me, that I think it's worth to project it to the people, because it's something that probably we need it. Maybe people, I can put a voice. I can do anything I can. I was talking about the children from this planet, that they need help, the help from them. I get emotional only thinking about it. I cried when I was writing the lyrics of this song. Honestly,
That's good. That's good from the heart.
this is one of the songs that probably for me personally, it's going to take a personal impact. And I'm so happy that I projected and the vocals are there. Send it. Scott loved them. He said, you did a great delivery. Put it in the mix. I record guitars as well. So this is a way of saying, need a friend, pop, 80s, other music, different. So I'm just going into different emotions. Sometimes it takes me longer to express myself and to find the words. Sometimes it takes longer to find the melody. But I work alone, home. I noticed that I don't need a full band behind me. I don't need the noise of the band anymore, the music to kick the beats so I can feel it, so I can project outside what I used to when I was doing the music with the previous projects. I've learned to self-discipline and be prior Scott, Richard. I have been working and training for at least 2.5 years now, like almost every day. I have a mountain of cemetery into my program with songs and musicians that I was trying to build the road with, anything that I could come across with musicians that would want to share their music, their tracks, so I can put my vocals. So I've tried with so many different ways. Even now I still do that, but I have a full cemetery, basically maybe over 100 of tracks. Unfinished. Unfinished symphonies. This is what I am. I just felt like I need to practice. I need to practice and practice and keep going. And I came across Scott. And this is just happens all of a sudden, boom. Just like, I feel like I flourish, basically. I feel like finally I found somebody who says, I can listen to you. Go as crazy as you want. Go as wild as you want. Just take out your guts. And because I'm here and I love what you do, and I love to challenge him as well to go forward and get it out of the comfort zone, and learn to work together in such ways that we don't need each other physically. You don't have to be here to rehearse it with me. So you see, modern, you have to readapt yourself, reinvent yourself to the new technology matters in order to move and evolve. Look, exactly. I was reading this book recently. It inspired me. It's fantastic. It's Skanga Nancy, Takes Blood and Guts. She has a whole history of working with her band, Skanga Nancy, then going into electronics, and going back with her band again, introducing the electronics, and it's crazy. And she learned how to work with herself as well. And so I'm taking examples of people that shows you that you can do it in any way. Even if you're left alone, you're not alone. If you are a singer-songwriter and your heart and your gut tells you that this is what you want to do, project it out. It's the only way.
Yeah, exactly. And so how did you come across each other?
I used to publish on the band mix a lot over the years. I remember it's been, I think I'm a member in band mix for at least 10 years, honestly.
Okay.
On and off, just keep going with musicians, trying to communicate, contact, keep changing my profile, keep changing and adding songs, tries. Nothing was mastered because I couldn't get to the point of having the professional producer to master and finish up a proper song. So I was just trying with my work on and off. So I found a few musicians, and I think Scott found me through Bandcamp, if I'm not wrong. But I remember that I received a message from him inviting me to look at his material, and I came across to one of his tracks. It's called The Cure, and
I was going to ask you about that one.
He himself, he put vocals on this song.
Was that Scott singing?
That's Scott singing. He is the kind of guy that he has a lot of potential, but he doesn't want to be the singer. He's got already too much going on because he's looking after all the other aspects. And I said to Scott, this is amazing, the vocals you did on this particular track. It's fantastic. And I said, If you want me, I can put backup vocals on it, but there's no need. Absolutely none. It's just him. It's fantastic what he did in that.
I was going to ask you later on who was the vocalist, male vocalist on The
That's
Cure, because I
Scott
thought that person
Richards
was
himself.
excellent.
It's
I-
amazing.
yeah,
It's amazing. I sent him a message about that, and oh, thank you so much. So shall I keep it? Yes, please. Keep it. I don't want to put the vocals on this song. You will ruin, you spoil it. I mean, we can do so many other songs, and no,
yeah,
and that is the non-song Blind. It's the instrumental album that he made. I think it was in between when he was lack of having musicians, singer-songwriters helping him around. So he continued, and he created this album that is so experimental, psychedelic, a little bit alternative. He said that his idea of this album was actually to find the vocals, to pick up the tracks from it and just revamp them,
yeah.
which we do. I pick up two of the songs from that. There is another musician, Ramon and Cheryl. I think there were a few musicians into his project that provided music and that delivered music over the years with him. He has a whole historial about this, his past working with musicians and with songwriters. And there was one of the songs that were not available anymore because it was taken already, which I really dearly loved. And I said, please, can I take the Spellbound and Mnemonic? And yes, of course. You can take anything you want because you're welcome. So Scott is working on Spellbound, that it's transformed into Infrared Dream. This is the name that is going to be taken now. I finished up the songs for it. I did the guitars as well. Scott plays guitar. I think he's an excellent, exceptional bass guitarist as well, a bass player. He's an exceptionist guitarist as well, and definitely everything he's doing is computer synthesizers. He loves. He's really great in this. I can see in Scott a lot of 80s influences, a lot of Depeche Mode, but not only. You can go on fields you can even find Black Sabbath from industrial, you can find from the 80s influences, you can find from goth. In Scott, you find a little bit of everything. And now recently we're going into more experimental industrial with landscape, with alternative landscape, but staying to our dark side, melodical, catchy. That's our goal for the next tracks coming.
And what about the videos?
Oh, yes.
All this art that's in there.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have a friend. Well, I tell you, it's a crazy story. One of my best friends, I used to hang out in Barcelona with. She's one of my best friends. And she used to help me. She helped me with my first painting exhibition because I finished fine arts. I love painting as well, oil on canvas. And she helped me with my first exhibition in Barcelona. She helped me selling tickets to my concerts. She's been always supportive, a big fan of mine forever. And she's got amazing skills in this, using this high technology, artificial intelligence and stuff. And she said, let's work on the video clips because at the moment, it's everything so soon. We need to picture an image to say as much as we can to capture as many viewers as possible so people can see us as soon as possible so we can build up this fan base and we don't have to waste time anymore. And she came up with this idea of these incredible video clips that I'm in love with, honestly. I know it's very controversial, the idea of high technology and using into this kind of art form. Because it's projected artificial intelligence, but you just ask him what you want to project, and they're unique. They kind of represent in a way what you picture them to. They can gather information and images that you probably would never be able to transmit in real life.
No, exactly. I mean,
so
they're brilliant. Actually, to be fair, they are brilliant.
Surf Pixie, that's her TikTok profile, Surf Pixie. She's
Surf Pixie.
Brilliant, absolutely amazing, smashing. I just love, and she wants to work on our merchandising. She wants to help us with the websites, with everything that has to do with the image, because we're very creative together. She's very creative. She's very artistical. We speak same language. She's Romanian as well, Romanian. We don't live in the same country, but we do everything remotely. You don't need to be in the same country, though, you
No,
see?
not at all. Not
But
at all.
luckily, Scott is from England. Yes. He's British, I think. He's from Sheffield.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were in Sheffield. I thought you were in the same town, but you're not.
Not even. But figure
No.
out, if you want to play in London, you want to play in the cities, you just meet up and you just make it possible. You can meet
Yeah.
up for rehearsal. There's so many bands working online nowadays. So many potential bands. I know histories of people not even living in the same country, and they
Yeah, I
still.
was going to say I've met a few bands and spoken to a few where they don't live in the same country as each other, and they just work and then they meet up for tours or whatever. Yeah,
Yes,
so
the Dresden Dolls. You know the Dresden
I've
Dolls. I
heard of
know
them.
Amanda Palmer, if I'm not. Yeah, they gather again the Dresden Dolls. It's just herself with the piano, vocals, organ, and the drummer. I don't think they live in the same country. They just meet up for rehearsal in the
Yeah,
country. They're having the touring the weekend and or when they're touring, and that's
they
pretty
just
much
don't need
it.
to anymore, do they?
Yes,
Everything can be done through the internet, through Zoom, all sorts. But I think the pandemic created that as well. It
yeah.
kind of pushed everybody more into the future and faster than what they expected to do,
Yes,
which
and
is
look,
good.
we are we are the kind of people. I am the kind of person that I like to meet personal because I'm more physical. I like to interact with people in person. I'm not really good behind the scenes. I'm really not really great with the computer stuff. I used to not be. Well, I'm starting to be now because I'm catch up with it. Like I said,
Yeah,
it's the kind of reinventing yourself. But I used to be very traditional in just being with bands, rehearsing with bands, and that's it. I didn't see myself capable of creating music, become a singer-songwriter, and being happy with myself, feeling that I can fulfill my needs into my music, to project and produce good music, and not needing a band to rehearsal necessary if I can't find it.
yeah.
You know, I have been looking for a band for over the many years here in England. It's not easy.
No, no.
It's just very difficult because how are you going to have this compatibility of taste and rehearsal and space
Very difficult.
time,
Very
and
difficult.
it's a question of where you're coming from, your influences as well. And I think it's got to do a lot with we're all parents, we have families, we have work, there is so much going on. People have to get going with their lives at the same time. You want to do your passion and music, and at the same time you can't do it just as a passion because this is your life.
Yeah,
You need to do it, you know, you need to do it. And I just decided to myself, I said, this is it, I'm just going to work hard with myself until I find something. Some is going to take me somewhere. And I'm so grateful I found Scott, honestly. It's just, for me, it's like a bless because I can
yeah,
finally flourish and take out all these things that all this material that I had inside and all this experience. I can finally transport it and I can experiment with it. We can both experiment with it, and I can finally become who I wanted to become long time ago, and I could never, it's like a never finish ending story, kind of.
yeah, yeah. But I can tell you're very excited and passionate about the project completely.
Yes,
Really are, which it's a great thing to see because obviously that's what creates the great music is people who are passionate about what they're doing.
absolutely, honestly, absolutely. And the more I integrate into the project, the more I feel like I can provide more, I can become better, and I can become closer to that kind of personal professionalism that I'm expecting with myself.
Yeah,
I'm willing to record this album. I'm willing to get it done. With having every day of each month on the first, we launch a song. We release a single.
okay,
So what we're doing, I think it's a very good strategy for us to begin with. We release one of the track from the album on the day first of each month, chronologically, excuse me, with the idea of when we have to finish the album with the 10 songs, 10 tracks probably, sorry. We picture it October, probably. Launch the full album. Meanwhile, see the people reaction, do everything we can. We're going on all the fields, information, gathers, the interview with you that came just like all of a sudden, from heaven, boom. An opportunity to express ourselves, any opportunity, if you know what I mean. TikTok. TikTok, it's fantastic because it's the only way you can interact with people so real, into a real time, picturing all your ideas, put them in there, gather a fan base, and make people following you. And you see, Scott, for example, he's handling all these websites for a long time, since 2020. The Bandmix, the SoundCloud, the Spotify, DistroKid, Export Exchange, the Facebook. There are many others that I'm not even aware of.
But there's so many.
So many. If you want to buy all his discography, it's available on Bandcamp, including the singles that we released over this time, these 6 singles, including the covers. We did a cover of the Muse, Uprising. We just wanted to raise up the spirits with something more alternative. So we did that. Last week, it was in Export Exchange, number 39 from the top 40 most listened songs last week.
Wow.
The Uprising by Muse. I was surprised when Scott sent me the emails and he said, look, this is what we got from just posting this cover. We do these covers basically because we just want people to hear us, because sometimes people like great musicians and, oh, somebody did a cover, let's see how we sound from singing by somebody else. And then probably they go to our discovery, because if they like it, they might want to listen to some more. And that's how they get to us. So we found a good way of interacting with people, to be honest.
It's quite rare, but sometimes you do get the cover versions that do sound slightly better than the original.
Yes, that's very true. Yes.
I mean, I was never a Beatles fan.
Yeah.
But I do love Dear Prudence by Susie and the Banshees.
Right. Dear Prudence, Dear Prudence. Oh my
absolutely
God.
Brilliant.
Amazing. That's so true. The way you interpret the songs, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Then there's another one that really stuck in my head, and it's stuck. I'll have to come back to that one, but it was another cover version that was absolutely brilliant, and it was Ziggy Stardust. I mean, yes. Bowie was brilliant.
Yeah.
But Ziggy Stardust, I think Bauhaus did Ziggy Stardust as Ziggy Stardust, but better.
Oh, yes,
I always think Bauhaus did that better. I really do.
I love Bauhaus. I saw 2 times Bauhaus.
Have you really? Oh, wow.
I did, yeah. Unbelievable, did I tell you. Sister of Mercy, Bauhaus, Nina Hagen. I saw all these bands.
Wow.
The Cure, Depeche Mode. I used to go, I mean, even now, when I have a chance, I just keep going to concerts. And Bauhaus was the band that made me want to sing, basically, from the beginning. I remember this concert, I don't remember exactly the year, but it was the beginning when I recently moved to Spain, in Barcelona. And it was in Razzmatazz, in the big concert hall. And I saw him, with his lights and his cape, I don't know how you call it, that thing.
Cape.
And you look, cape, that's it. And with this atmosphere, and he's projecting, he's like very theatrical. Oh my God. And I saw that concert and I said, like, this is what I want to do. It's crazy. I want to do something like that. I want to play with lights.
What a voice he has.
Oh my God. Amazing.
He has an incredible voice.
And the style.
He emphasizes certain words and just certain ways of singing things differently.
It's like, this kind of very, I can't replace. It's just there. I know, it's amazing. So when I saw Peter Murphy again, that was after 10 years of difference between the first concert that I saw and the second one. In the second one, they were not as theatrically on the stage as they were on the first one, but the delivery was the same. I mean, he was very active, very, very engaging with the people, everything. The stage was smaller, so you can see they can adapt to different environments as well.
Yeah.
But it stuck with me, that particular concert that I saw. Big hall, full of people, everybody going crazy with him, with that cape, lights on the side. The Killing Joke. I saw the Killing Joke.
Did you really?
In Salamandra. He had that big flag hanging off, floating like that, just like in his video clip. It was crazy. I remember I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
They've had some great songs, Killing Joke as well.
Love Like Blood. It's
Love Like Blood, Kings and
it's
Queens.
Kings and Queens. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's emblematic. I can't. It's just absolutely amazing.
I saw Susie in the Banshees a long time ago, and it was just after I think it was broken her ankle or broken her leg.
Oh.
And even though she was sitting down, it was still brilliant. And you're talking about the lights. They did the song Red Light.
Oh, yeah, I know the Red Light.
All they did,
yes.
It was in a big marquee. All they did was hang a red light down and make it swing. Just a red light bulb.
Everything.
And that was it. That was just, it was perfect because that's all it needed. That little light bulb. That was enough.
Yeah. I remember that song. It's got this, I remember, I can't reproduce it, but I have it in my head. I know the song.
Yeah, really good.
I can't remember. If I listen to this song, I could have say a few of the lines. Because I love to sing. I love to sing. I always sing my favorite musician songs. I just love it. I just go with them. I listen to their songs over and over. Like I said, I go from a style to another. I can go into alternative. I can go into Nine Inch Nails. I can go into Tool. I can go to listen to anything. I love this dark industrial at the same time, but I also love this more soft alternative. I love Placebo as well. I love Muse. I love all this. And then I go deep down into dark. I used to go to the dark clubs a lot. I used to go to dark clubs a lot, where they usually put Bauhaus, Sister Mercy, London After Midnight.
Brilliant.
So many of these, Virgin Prawns. I don't remember now, it doesn't cross me, but
Fields
so many.
Fields of the
Nephilim, Type O Negative. Oh my God, Type O Negative.
There's so many good bands out there, or there were. I mean, some of them obviously aren't there anymore, but there were so many great bands, so many great bands. A lot of them still going.
I saw Sister of Mercy. When I saw Sister of Mercy, he wasn't like he was still into the 2000, just before I moved to London. Well, that was about 15 years ago probably, when I saw Sister of Mercy, and he was playing on the stage with a guitarist and the DJ. Basically, that was it. And he delivered the whole show, the whole concert, just 3 people. So I said, going back to that, me and Scott, we're 2 people. Yeah. And Scott said to me, do you know the Kills? They used to play around, meeting themselves remotely. That's how they started. And now the Kills, they're having their albums. They're going there. Well, the singer from the Kills, she was performing with Jack White as well. No, she's having this band. So, but I was, and then you go back to other musicians, maybe Luke Grimes. She's just one single person holding the whole show. PJ Harvey herself with the guitar, singing "Rid of Me." Just herself. Yeah. Nobody else behind this. You can engage with public. You don't need to be necessarily a full band in order to deliver a performance on stage. If it shows your personality.
So is that something you and Scott are going to do?
Absolutely, yes. We're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to start live TikToks. This is the second step I want to take. But before that, I want to make sure that I'm learning how to use because I moved to a more professional program now. So I'm using the Cubase Pro. Cubase Pro 14 is one of the most advanced programs, I would say, for music nowadays. I'm just learning how to handle it better prior the programs that I used to work before. And for me, it's really exciting. And I want to make sure that my delivery on my live TikToks will be same good quality as the real original tracks. Yeah. I don't want to be in the background with my speakers.
No, because that's something I've noticed a couple of bands are very, very good at. One is specifically Halocene.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That's the husband and wife, I think, aren't they?
That's true, yeah.
They've got a really good sound that comes through TikTok and Twitch, I think, as well. I think they go on, and it comes through really well. So they've Space Acre inspired me as well. They're really amazing independent band. They're 2 girls, and they have a drummer, I think, and a bass. No, the bass is the girl. They're 2 girls and a drummer, I think, in the project. Sorry to cut your conversation. No, that's fine.
It inspired me into the quality of the sound. I was like, how do they sound like like an album when they play live. I want to sound like that.
Yeah.
And then I just checked in Google. It's easy. You just need an iRing. You need an iRing connected to your interface. Your interface has to be adjusted to the program you're using. Use a good program. You can go through all these tracks to lay out your guitars, whatever you want to play live, your microphone, you can use your effects, whatever, play live with the backing vocals, backing track that it's originated. It's the original backing track that people will listen when you play live. So it's the key is the iRing. The iRing is the connection through your microphone into the to the interface. So it's a little bit of technical thing that you need to go and explore.
But at least that shows that you know what you're going to have to do to get that good sound across, which is essential, I think.
Yes. I just recently purchased already a microphone for. I'm just getting ready with it. Yeah. I have the program, which was a present for me for my birthday, because it's quite expensive. Though.
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you want to perform. You want. It took me time to gather my studio, the whole everything. I also wanted to have a professional that. I don't want because I want to work professional. I want to have multiple choices so I can work the best out of me. I want to have a good DAW for my vocals. I want to project. I want to be, because I want to record a good album with a good quality, because I want it to be out there.
Exactly. So, you can only get out of it the quality that it is. You can't get, if it's not good quality, you're not going to get good quality out.
It is true. Yes, I have my guitar. This is my guitar.
Oh wow.
I don't, you can see it. I love this guitar so much. Oh. I love it. It's a Jackson Red Rocket, it's called. It's not very easy. It's not quite that easy to find it. When I wanted to purchase, I had to wait in Gear for Music for a while to be available again, because I couldn't find it available anywhere. Wow. And I'm a big fan. I love the guitarist from Limp Bizkit. I just love it, Bernard. I just love the style. And I love that kind of grunge sound of the guitar. And I said, oh, I want something like that. This is my favorite guitar sound. And then I saw him in a concert with a white guitar. It's exactly this one, but white, in one of his concerts. Wow. And I said, I want that, but red. And I was such, and I found it. And then I said, like, oh, this is what I need. So yeah, I purchased it. I'm so happy with it. So all my songs that I record for the project are with this guitar. I just love it. It's got a great sound. It's got a really fantastic sound, honestly. It's just got that grunginess that I'm looking for. Yeah. I like grunge. I like alternative, the underground. This kind of gives you this and it's very, it just works smoothly. It's really good guitar.
Yeah, you get the sound that you want, and that's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yes. And look, we both play guitars, we both play instruments, and Scott, he's a multi-instrumental. He's an exceptionist producer. The way he knows how to deliver my voice and take the best out of it. I just love the fact how he blends my vocals with the instrumentals and with all these effects that he's using, the synthesizers. I'm so blessed. I feel so. I really feel like I found the musical person that I can rely on, and we can have this amazing musical relationship, and the communication with him is with so much respect. Basically it's so much respect because I don't need to know more about him to feel his essence, his background. Yeah. I'm sure that he's got so much going on in there that we don't know in his past. With all these influences that he's coming up with, it's absolutely, I'm really impressed, honestly.
Yeah, I can tell that. I can tell. But you obviously are very happy with finding this project, and you're obviously putting your heart and soul into it, which is fantastic. And you've got such I don't want to say something that might sound as if I'm insulting you, because it's not meant like that. But it's a unique voice.
Thank you.
Although there has been a few similar in the past, but I think it's what makes it more special is the fact that it's not your everyday singer who sings exactly like each other. It's like for example, a heavy metal band all the men sound the same, nearly all the women sound the same, but you've come along and you're doing something different, and your voice sounds different when you sing. And
Thank you
I like
so
that
much,
stuff.
honestly.
So
Thank you
that's
so
not meant
much
as any
for
insult.
saying
That's
that.
meant as a compliment.
Thank you. Of course, for me, it's a
Yeah.
huge compliment. You don't even realize maybe how much it means for me that I did heard along the time people saying you have a haunting. This is the word that I've been
Yeah.
most coming across with. People say you have a haunting voice. And I was like, what haunting means?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just I just bring people to maybe emotion. I take people to different fields, to different worlds. I mean, maybe I have this capability. I don't know, but like I said, check out the next songs, because in the next songs I'm coming with vocal ranges that I haven't shown yet in these songs yet, because this was like a warm-up for me. They were like a warm-up introducing into the project to say, Scott, this is me, this is you. And then I started to send Scott some material that I've done in the past. It was absolutely mesmerizing, amazing. I have some live performances on YouTube with some of my previous bands. He's absolutely amazed. And probably he started to get to know what my essence is better. And now I can see that, okay, I know this is where you go, Florinella. Okay, I'm coming with you. I like that. So I'm finding like it's his way as well. It's not that he's doing it for me just to please me. Oh, let's do music with these influences. Not at all. It just comes naturally. It's like, amazing.
The Temple of Art. I love your vocals on that.
Oh, thank you.
And then there's Scott. I mean,
Scott, what he did with his atmosphere is crazy.
I know. I was going to say he's almost like a classical composer that has been brought forward from the past into the modern world and got really excited over modern ways of doing things, and is now composing.
Yes.
It's not just writing music, he's actually composing music. I think there's a difference.
Yes, this is what I see in him. I see him capable with so much. This is what I'm talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been what I've been talking about. I can see it. I can sense it. I don't need to know him. I don't need to have a chat with him to know what he's up to, what he's inside him. I can. The music tells me everything. I can feel it. It's there. And the fact that the messages are so exciting, the fact that he's working with all these details, he's telling me about technical details and the way he's presenting the music, how he's working on it with the speeds and tempos and everything. It's like symphonies for him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it keeps him exciting. And the fact that he's seen in me, the fact that I work for the project on other fields as well, for the merchandising, for this, for that, for image as well, for gathering people. It's not just the aspect that, I'm just going to put some vocals for your music and let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You need to have passion for the project. Bringing it to life, you need to start from somewhere. So I met Scott in October probably. I'm not sure if it's October, November. And this is so far we've got, and it's just February. And imagine how much...
it's not, you haven't been like doing the music for long together then?
Not even. That fast we work, that fast we move. And we have 4 tracks already, 3 tracks. The vocals are recorded already.
Wow, that's incredible.
4 actually, with the one from yesterday that I forgot to mention, the crazy song. There's going to be pop. Oh my God, that is going to be my first political song, basically. Crazy. And the fifth is a surprise. We're preparing a surprise cover as well. It's a symphony. I can't believe Scott has been able to do that. I'm speechless, but I can't say. I want to keep it a surprise.
I know.
Because what I can say, it's an important event, art and cultural event that's going to happen on the 5th of July. Check that out. That's a big tip for everyone, to say, with a very important band that is gonna, I don't know, shall I say it? Shall I say it? I cannot say it. I have to say it. Black Sabbath.
Oh, wow.
Black Sabbath, they have, they're gonna, I think, if I'm not wrong, they're gonna have they officially announced their last concert in July. They make a big celebration of it, and they invited a lot of important musicians and bands to perform for that particular day. I think in Birmingham it's going to happen, this concert. It's I think it's going to be like unique in history, because it's the resurrection and the ending in a way of the Black Sabbath. They are the gods of the dark. It's the god of dark in a way, Black Sabbath, they're very innovators in this style,
And I think that's where they started, Birmingham.
Yes, because he's English. He moved back
and
to
I think
Ozzy
was from Birmingham.
Yes, he was from Birmingham, and that's why they want to do it in their own city, the mother city.
Where they started and they're going to end.
It's unbelievable. This is history. This is something so important. So we thought that for that particular event, we wanted to prepare a surprise.
Wow.
So a surprise cover, obviously, because we have so much respect, and we want to sing the song. We want to sing one of the most emblematic songs that we consider for them, and we're also planning to recreate a video clip with all Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath kind of history, like images picked up from their story, from their life, from their history, to make like a sort of homage. I don't know how you call it in English. Homage, like
homage.
Homage, yes, for all the respect that we have for this band. So this is one of the things that Scott came with this idea. He's been working for this song for a long time. I already have the track. And I'm mind blown because it sounds really nice. It sounds fantastic. I think he did a great job. So now I have to deliver the vocals as well. But I'm really excited. Seriously, it's work in progress, everything. But you see, in all this short time, we've got all these ideas and we've got all these tracks we're working for. Vocals, I started with the vocals to go in different ranges of vocals. So it's going to be more challenging than the tracks that are going to come, the next ones. Scott is mixing in this present moment the infrared dream that it's available as on the name of Sound Spellbound from the None So Blind album that it's available on the streaming platforms. So we pick up that track, and so this is in mix with my vocals and my guitar. So I'm curious to see what it's gonna be, how it's gonna sound, and everything. I'm just so excited to hear it. Honestly,
yeah. Well, that's the way to be, isn't it? If you're excited, that keeps you going, doesn't it? It gives you that drive to keep going.
Yes.
And you want to go further and further with the band.
Yes.
And it will happen. I'm sure it will, because I mean, it's just really is good music. I mean, it's.
Thank you so much.
It really does work very well, and obviously in such a short time, you two have.
Yeah, I tell you why. Because we've been prepared for so long, and we just that's why it's working fast, because we are both in the same level. We gather all this experience over the years, and we just pumping it out, and it just matches. We don't have to waste any more time. That's why it works that fast, because we are both at the same level. That's why.
Yeah,
this is my personal opinion, and I don't think I'm wrong.
I think it's just unbelievable. I just can't believe you've only been doing this since October. I mean, it's like.
But I feel like I'm doing this for ages. It's just that I found him in October, but me, it's much longer behind. This is the truth. This is how I feel about myself. I don't feel like I started from October. We say, oh, she started music from October. No, I didn't start music from October. I started actually music in 2007. This is when I actually started music. And I was always involved, seriously serious. I never took it just as a joke or just as a small hobby in my free time. For me, music was always a field of wanting to become better with myself. I have to say that. And I think and I hope that musicians that I've been working in my past, they've learned from me and I've learned from them, and we become better. Most of the musicians that I have been worked with in my past, most of them, they're still there. And I'm so happy to see they're still doing their projects, and I'm following them, and I love them. And I just share this musical community with them. We still communicate with each other. We're still friends and sharing opinions. with the drummers, with this, with the keyboard, it's just crazy. And I'm really happy that they still have this respect for me of saying, Flori, go for it. We love what you do. And at least to appreciate and acknowledge that I'm moving and I continue doing it, whether they like it more or not, in their own way, in their own style, because everybody has personal preferences, and I do respect that. But for the fact that I'm continuing, I think in a way they're happy for me for that, and I'm happy for them as well.
I think it's fantastic. I think surely you're gonna get success. Surely, I mean,
that would be fantastic. We're looking forward to just show it everywhere. And I even that was the first question that I asked Scott even before starting to do music. So will you be willing if we do music together to eventually perform on stage or perform on and he said, well, I'm a composer. I've been working a lot with myself and everything, but he said, oh, of course, I'm just going to check out to see what I need to improve his gear, basically, for live stages. The same as me, I need a microphone effects and this and that. It's just maybe guitar effects, but at the moment, I'm so happy for the delivery of the creativity that it's not time to think that far just yet, because we want to make sure that the music itself speaks for itself first. And then if opportunities come, just go for it. I'm absolutely look, for example, the first step I'm already doing, because I'm already doing the TikToks on live shortly. I'm starting to getting ready for that, and I'm really willing shortly to as soon as I'm rehearsed and I have everything set up and I'm prepared, then I will start the TikToks, because TikTok already enabled me to start to do live shows if I'm willing to. So
that's good.
Yes.
That is good.
So that's the next step. It's a step forward, for example.
Exactly. It's going to be small steps at first, isn't it?
Yes, and see how it's going to be forward. But the idea of being the possibility, it's there from both sides. So this is what we're aiming for. Not just maybe doing an album and stay home. Just it's not the idea of staying home to do album in your comfort zone, in your just as a hobby. It's more than that. It's your passion. It's your life. It's as more important as your life, as your family, as your job, as your friends, as everything.
Exactly that.
And there's no limits.
No, there isn't, is there? Not nowadays.
That's true. Yes.
You can just keep going as long as you want.
Yes, that's so true.
As long as you're able to. Well.
So true. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for giving this opportunity to have this interview with you.
More than welcome. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I think I covered everything I wanted, even much more than I was expecting, honestly. I thought that probably this interview I'm going to be maybe nervous, or maybe I'm not going to say much. I was worried that I'm not going to touch all the fields I wanted to say, actually, because I want to say so many things.
I always let people talk and let them say what they want to say.
Yes, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, I think I've said so much already. I really think I said a lot, and I feel really, really happy for that. Thank you so much for this.
And please tell Scott how good he is as well, and maybe occasionally use his voice a little bit more as well.
Yes,
alongside yours.
Grace,
I mean, he's I
would love a challenging song. Me and Scott both singing. Absolutely. Even he can do backup vocals. There's a lot of musicians. Depeche Mode, Martin Gore doing backup vocals. And, there's so many things you can do. He can participate. I would love to.
Because he's got a great voice. You've got a great voice. Put them together.
Yes.
See what happens.
Definitely. There's something for Scott to consider. Definitely.
Exactly. Don't let him run away from that.
The next track, Scott, is there for you waiting.
Well, Florinella, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. It really has.
So much,
and
honestly.
Well done on the project. It is absolutely fantastic. And I wish you so much success. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well for all the support that you have. I've been looking at your video clips on YouTube, your information with all these interviews that you have done. I think you're doing such an incredible job, and I want to congratulate you as well for this. It's unbelievable, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the community of music and keep it going on further and further, so we can get the best out of it. So
I love music, so
yes,
this was the natural thing for me to do. I just love music, so
thank you so much.
you're more than welcome.